Scroufy, what's up? Scroufy, he's back. I am back. It's been a while. Subscribed for 14 months. Scroufy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Scroufy. It really means a lot. It really means a lot. So many people have come and gone over the years, but you have been staying true for 14 months now. And however long before that you weren't subbed, but you were still here. Maybe you subbed when you first joined. I don't know. How long after you first saw my first stream did you sub? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a constant in my streaming journey and my Pixel Fire journey. I really appreciate it, Scruff. It really means a lot. Okay, let's make sure we're on red and purple. Looks like we're good. Okay, now I'm gonna start black platform T. Oop. Okay, good. Go live. We're calling this lasers and jetpacks. Okie dokie, we're all set. So no way I need to my YouTube stream. Okie dokie. Okay, we're all set. Let's pray and then we'll get started. Thank you, Jesus, for this day. Thank you that I finally get to stream again after so long of not streaming. Lord, I pray your blessing over the stream. I pray it would go well. Help me to get a lot of work done. Work that is excellent, work that is pleasing in your sight, and work that I can be proud of. Lord, help me to work my best today. Help me to be a good witness on stream. Lord, I just pray that everyone that joins the stream would have a great time and would enjoy themselves. And I pray your blessing over everyone that joins the stream today. Lord, would you please be with them? Would you please help them to know you? And Lord, I just love you. I thank you for this day and for this opportunity. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, guys, it has been a while. So last weekend, I got sick and took quite a while to recover from that. So I was out all last week, still got some work done, but did not do any like social media or streaming or anything like that. So I was off for a bit. But we're back, and I've actually made quite a bit of progress on the superhero game. And let me actually do Discord announcement. Sorry about that, real quick. Boop, I prepped it, but I didn't send it. Okay. Discord announcement is out. Okay. So I've been working on the superhero game and I've done quite a bit of work on it. I'm going to show you guys where we're at now with the superhero game, and then we're going to keep chugging away and getting some work done on that today. And yeah, we should be done with the laser and the. Let me actually just show you guys where we're at so far in the game. Here we go. Okay, so we've got our main superhero character, Drip. Okay. I'm sure you guys, if you've seen my stream before, you've seen that he can jump. He can do his double jump. Yeah, nothing crazy about that. He can do his punches, his combo punches, his hooks and his jabs. And you've also might have seen his staff. He's got his staff that he can pull out. Oh, actually, I was playing around with these like wind stream particle effects. So like when he hits his staff, it like does these wind things, but I'm not liking it very much. It needs some work. So let me actually turn those off real quick, and then those were like some test things. Let me turn those off. And then I'll continue showing you guys where we're at. Staff and the shield. I tried it on the shield too, which I'm going to show you guys that in a little bit too. Quick, turning those off. Okay, we're good. Okay, now let me show you guys where we're at. Okay. So you've probably seen the jumping, you've probably seen the punching, you've probably seen the staff. and you've probably seen the staff combos, okay? So that's that. And I have recently added this shield, and check this out. So he has his shield, here it is, boom, he swings his shield out. And some of you may have seen this is very new, but I think it was last stream or the stream before we got the shield, I showed you guys the shield throw. Or did I only show you the shield hold up? Anyway, this is where we're at. So you can hold down shield and he'll hold his shield up like that to block, okay? And you can also do that while you're running. So you can run, hold your shield up, and he continues to hold his shield up, and then you can stop and he'll keep holding his shield. That took a lot of code and finesse to figure that out, okay? So there's that. But now he can also throw his shield like Captain America. Are you guys ready for this, okay? So he can throw and hit the bad guy, and then it comes back to him. Is that not sick? I think I might have shown like the very first draft of that shield throw last stream, but it was very wacky and like janky. But now it actually works. It hits and then comes back, okay? And past that, if there are multiple enemies, let me turn some more on. Here we go. If there are multiple enemies and you throw the shield at them, it will ricochet and bounce in between all of them. Check this out. Ready? Let me get to a spot where you can see better. Look at that. Let me actually use this view so you guys can actually see better. Okay, so can you guys see this? Okay. Whoops, that's the get hit animation. Okay, here we go. You ready? See that? So it throws and it ricochets between all of them and then comes back to his hand. Isn't that cool? And then it looks super sick when you hit when like they all lose all of their final health at the same time and they all just fall down and drop at the same time. It's really cool. Let me get to that point. Look, two of them just fell down at the same time. Isn't that so cool? I love it so much. Okay. And this is like the icing on the cake, okay? Ready? So if you're not facing any enemies or if there's no enemies nearby and you just throw your shield, it's like, let me just throw it right here. It'll just throw straight out and then come back. Let me show you this view over here so you can actually see. I need to adjust the camera. I feel like we're way too close. We could be further out. Okay, that wall's getting in the way. So there it is. So you throw your shield out. Oh, TikTok can't see, sorry. You throw your shield out, and it comes back. Even further back. Here we go. It like magnets back. Man, that building is really in the way. There it is. And then the actual icing on the cake, the double layer icing on the cake, is when you throw the shield at a building. Watch this. Move this back over. You throw a shield at a building. Watch this. You probably couldn't see it. Let me do it again. Ready? It just hits the building, physics enable, and it bounces off the building and wobbles and hits the ground, and then eventually you'll pull it back to your wrist. Is that not like the coolest thing ever? I love it so much. It makes me so happy. It's so fun and satisfying to play with. And just imagine like when the audio's done, we'll have like an audio effect play, some dialogue, like he'll hit a building and he'll say, "Oh man, gotta work on my aim," or something like that. I don't know. I'm super excited about that. And guys, you guys are seeing this before client has seen it. I'm showing this to client later today. I'm super excited to show him all this. Okay, so there's the shield. And now I'm gonna show you guys the cannon that I have started integrating. You ready for this? So as you can see, he already has the cannon on his wrist. Let me zoom into this, you can see it better. You see, I already brought the cannon in from Blender onto his wrist, okay? Now I'm gonna actually show you guys the laser shooting out. Here we go. Look at that. You can even run with it while you're pointing your laser, holding your laser out. and it doesn't go to infinity, like if it hits, it'll actually hit a wall. See that? And it's making like sparks on the wall that it's hitting. It'll do the same thing if it hits an enemy too. But of course, it doesn't do any damage yet. But see that? It's hitting the enemy. Now it's missing him. So that is where we're at with the game, okay? So there's a few more things I want to do to finesse the laser. Like I want to make it leave a trail mark on the wall. So like if you're shooting at the wall, it should leave like black streaks. And also I want it to smoke up where it's hitting. So if you hit the ground or the wall or something, it should leave like some black marks. Or if a bad guy as well. Or maybe it should melt a hole through the bad guy. Is that too violent? I love that idea. How would we even do that? Or no, wait, maybe it shouldn't. No, okay. Maybe it shouldn't leave a black mark on the wall or whatever the laser hits. It should leave like a melted, fiery, molten lava ring where it's hitting. I think that would be awesome. And then after that, it slowly slowly fades into just like a black smoke mark. That would be super, super cool. So we're gonna do that today. So I'm gonna catch up on chat real quick. But just real quick, what we're gonna do today is we're going to finish up the laser stuff. I'm going to bring in the jetpack model from Blender into the game. We're gonna add some jetpack effects and some flying effects. That's what we're gonna do this on the stream today. I'm hoping to get all that done within the next like 2 hours. I think, fingers crossed. We should be able to get all that done within the next 2 hours. I think, we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for stream today, guys. I hope you guys are excited too. It's good to be back. I haven't streamed in a while. It's been a few weeks at least. I'm super pumped. And I love streaming. I love hanging out with you guys. So how are you guys? Again, hello Scralfy over on Purple. I subbed when I was watching your first stream. Okay, cool. So you have been around for 14 months. That is awesome. Thank you for making the hat for Jack Sparrow. Oh, cool. Sound effects, nice. Oh yeah, we'll definitely have sound effects. Have you set up your stream focus? No, I have not. Oh my gosh, I need to run that. Well, so here's the thing. So I have stream focus. I don't have the latest update installed on my PC yet. It's in the software. So I could run stream focus, but it would be the old version. So, and I don't want to do that because there's a lot of new updates to stream focus. So I'm going to push the next update of stream focus hopefully tomorrow. And that'll have a lot of performance updates that I'm super excited about and a new really cool feature that I'm excited to show you guys. Okay, so that's over on Purple, and let's see. We have no chatters on YT? Yep, we don't. So sad. It's okay, we got some on Purple, we got some on Black. It's okay. Okay, so over on Black, we have got, scroll back up. Lots of fun people. Caleb, Ghost, Jenna, Panda, Marita. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining the stream. Super Lou, the Wacky Dot. Lots of joins. Hey, Kat, how's it going? Thanks for being here. I love your excitement. I see the hard work you poured into this, and it's paying off fully. Thank you, Kat. That means a lot. Do you do game dev as well? Is this your game, Weston? This is a game I'm developing for a client of mine. My client, his name is Jason. He created a comic book brand called Twoland. You can check out his website. It's twolandcomics.com, like the number 2 and then the land, L-A-N-D, comics, twolandcomics.com. And he's got comic books, action figures, animated cartoon series, all sorts of stuff, merch, printed comic books, everything. Then he was like, hey, Zach, because I've done a lot of work for him in the past. He's like, Zach, can you make a mobile video game for me? I said, yes, let's do it. So we're doing that. What app did you use to make this game? I'm using Unity Game Engine. Software using Sticky, Unity Game Engine. Yep, thanks Anoxic for answering that. Theana Player says, please ban me. Why? What? I need one more ban. What in the world are you talking about? Why would I want to ban you? Make it auto track if you have a button. Auto track what? Or make it so you can aim with right mouse button. What do you mean by that? Could you elaborate? Curses, you've been working on this for so long, bro. I know. We're going to be done soon. It's pre-recorded, guys. It is not pre-recorded, Kurt. It is not pre-recorded. I don't do that. If I live stream, it is live. The only time I will do a pre-recorded live stream is if I'm doing a YT, what's it called? A YT premiere. If I'm doing a YT premiere, that'll be pre-recorded. But I've only done like 2 of those in my life. But no, I do lives live, as the term implies. Okay, let's do this. Let's finish up the laser. The laser. Okay. Someone's mentioned auto tracking. What do you mean by that? Okay, so first things first, let's just leave. Let's play around with leaving a black dot wherever it hits. Okay, so actually, there's a bunch of ways to do this. We could just constantly instantiate burn mark images, copying the normal rotation, the normal direction of the face that it's hitting on the geometry. That's pretty standard for like bullet holes, bullet marks. But since it's going to be a continuous stream, that would be a lot of texture. So I think I'm going to use a particle system for this. So let's actually, I'm going to zoom out on TikTok so you guys can actually see more stuff going on here. By the way, if you guys ever have any problems with stream, like you can't see something that you want to see, or you can't hear something well enough, please just let me know and I'll fix it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's make a particle system at, not the staff. Let's go to the cannon. Where's the cannon? Shoulder left, cannon. Let's actually go to the cannon. Boop. Okay. And so the burn mark is always going to be at the end, and at the end is start effects, end effects. End effects, we have the particles and the beam. That's what you guys see here. Okay, so now I just need to add, we could do the smoke too, but I also want to do the burn mark. So I'm going to duplicate this guy, name this burn mark. Okay. And then I'm going to change the, first off, we're going to do a different shader. Need to go find our shader. Particle, duplicate that, call it burn mark. OCD did not capitalize that M. Okay. And then go back to the burn mark, change this guy to the burn mark material. Burn mark material. Okay. And the burn mark, we're gonna make it transparent's fine. Alpha, don't need additive. It's just, what's the default? Reset, multiply. Okay. Sorry guys, I got a tickle in my throat. Okay, make it black for now at least. No emission. Okay, so there's our black burn mark. What is this? Hey Sam, what's up? I am working on a mobile superhero game for a client of mine. Sawyer, what's up? Purely, what's up? Yes, you are late. You're late by like, what, 10 minutes? No big deal. Sorry, 20 minutes. I've been streaming for 20 minutes already. It's crazy. Thanks, Sawyer. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're working on the end of the laser for the cannon that he has. Whoa, where would we go? So this needs to be, why is this not showing up? Probably because this guy is blocking it. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn that off too. So here's our burn mark. That's not showing up at all. Might be too small. There we go. Okay, there's our really terrible looking burn mark. Okay. Let us. First off, we're gonna need a different. First off, let's make it. No. It's so like faded out. Like I don't mind the alpha edge, but it's too strong. I'm gonna need to get or make a texture for this. For now, let's just leave it like this. I'll fix the texture later. So here's the burn mark. Okay, so the burn mark, let's see. I want the burn mark to always stay in place wherever it spawns. So let me actually play this so we can actually see it working. Let's go to this over here. Okay, so there it is on the wall, but it needs to stay in its spot, okay? So the burn mark needs to be... Simulation space needs to be world. Now let's try that. That should, yep, there we go. Now the particles are leaving wherever they hit. They're just staying there. But I need them to last a really long time, so they just need a long lifetime. We're gonna do a constant lifetime of, we'll just start with 5 seconds. Here we go. Look, we've already started it. There we go. The burn mark is staying on the wall. Now, obviously, we don't want this to be in the air. We only want it to be on the wall. Obviously, that looks terrible. Well, it's also too big, so let's make it smaller. The start size needs to be constant. Start at 1. Let's try that. Way too big. Start at 0.1. Hey, that actually looks good now, even with the fade there. It's not, there's not enough particles spawning at the right time though. But it's building up, you can see that. That looks cool. So we need a lot more to be spawning because they're spawning too sporadically. So we need to change emission to, from 15, let's make it 100, see what that does. Definitely not enough, it's still very dotty, spotty. 1,000. Now we're talking. Oh, it's still spotty though. Why is it? Oh, hold on. Max particles needs to be much higher, like 100,000. Okay. We're still super spotty. Well, okay, we're only spotty when he like turns really fast. Those spots are also in the air. So I need to make that particle system only hit on faces, on geometry. First, let me copy these settings. Copy. No, wait. Copy component, stop, and then paste all the settings that we just did. Values, there we go. Okay, that's set. Is this Blender? No, this is Unity game engine. How long have you been doing this? So it's a little complicated. So I do use Blender for this game. I use Blender for all the 3D stuff that I create. I've been using Blender and making 3D design, like 3D models, texture, animation, rigging, stuff like that. I'm doing that since I was 14 years old, which is like 19 years now. I'm 33, so 19 years. I started getting into game dev and Unity back in, I started dabbling in like 2016, but started getting actual paid work for game dev in like 2022, I believe it was. I've been doing my Pixelfire VTuber stuff that I do on the TikTok and YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. I've been doing that since 2019, and that's been inside Unity. So 3D altogether I've been doing for almost 20 years. That includes visual effects and compositing, because my full-time job is, or has been for the past 10 years now, visual effects and animation for movies, commercials, and TV shows. And then I started dabbling, or started getting into game design as well, like 5-ish years ago. So TLDR, been doing 3D stuff for 20 years, been doing game design specifically for like 5 years. My coffee is not as hot as I would like. I'm gonna go warm it up. I'll be right back. Scruffy said, I think what the guy meant by auto aim is that laser locks onto an enemy when it's close enough. Otherwise it might be too hard to aim. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. Because all the other stuff so far, I already have the lock-on mechanism where if you're close enough to an enemy and you do some type of attack, like a staff hit or a shield throw or a punch, it will automatically turn your body to face that closest enemy. So I've already got that code implemented. I've just got to implement it with the cannon stuff as well. So that'll be super easy. But yeah, we'll add that. Is this Blender? No, this is Unity. Oh, I already answered that question. Sorry. I'm gonna go heat my coffee up, guys. I'll be right back, like in a minute. Not even a minute, yeah. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Tell your friends. Cyanide, what's up? Thanks for joining. You're the only viewer over on YT. It must be lonely over there. It's okay. We've got like 2 on purple and we've got like 6 on black. It's okay. We're having fun. Okay, my coffee is piping hot, exactly how I like it. Jetty Dog, what's up? Username 561, what's up? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so we need the particle system to only drop particles on objects, faces, not in the air. How do we do that? I know of I have an idea of a way that we could try, but I feel like it's not going to be very consistent. But let's go ahead and try it. Also, I think if I let my cannon down. Oh, it didn't disappear. Okay. I thought, because based on my current code, I thought those were going to disappear. I guess not. Wait, why is it? Turn these back on. Hold on. On. Cannon. Also, why is that appearing above? Chaotic Reese, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. Subscribe for 8 months, dude. Another very consistent viewer and sub. Thank you so much for being here, Chaotic Reese. That means a lot. I was just telling Scroufy earlier, because Scroufy has been subbed for 14 months. I was telling Scroufy earlier when he joined the stream. I was like, thank you, Scroufy, for being such a consistent, thank you for being a constant in my streaming journey, and like a constant returning viewer and sub, and it means a lot. And same thing to you, Chaotic Reese. Thank you so much for being a constant, for being here, for hanging out, and just always being here. It really means a lot. Okay, so there's obviously lots of problems going on here. One, we're hitting the invisible collider. That's not good. So let me pause this real quick and then move around to this side. I love, this is something I love about game dev, is doing something like this, and then you can pause the game, but then you can still move around in the game world and see what's going on. So like, this looks super cool. This is like cool. I love it. Okay, so as you can see, the laser is hitting an invisible wall that I have here. Okay, why am I in orthographic view? Here we go. Laser is hitting an invisible wall. Let me show you that wall. Level. Buildings. Oh, wait, I gotta turn this on. There we go. Here we go. See this box right here? That is a box collider so that you can't pass that point in the game. So the laser is hitting that. So we need to make it so that you can shoot past these invisible zones. So I actually have them, so layer, these boxes, I have them on a layer called zoning. So what I need to do is I need to tell the raycast for the laser to ignore the zoning layer. So let's do that real quick. So I'm gonna go, we can fix that pretty quickly. I'm gonna go to, just need to open up scripting. Just open up health. By the way, guys, if you are new to the stream, my name is Zach, aka Pixelfire. For the longest time, my stream has just only been VTuber content. I've streamed as a VTuber. I have a Pixelfire Blue Dude VTuber that I play as. I also do some Minecraft and some Lego, and have a Lego character and a Minecraft character that I how do I explain this? That I act as, VTube as, play as, cosplay as. Would you guys consider VTubers cosplay? Would you consider VTubing cosplay? Virtual cosplay? Anyway, for the longest time, my stream, the whole Pixelfire thing has been VTuber stuff. And as of late, I still do the VTuber stuff, which is a lot of fun. I wear a motion capture suit. Oh, it's not it. It's in my closet right now. The motion capture suit that I wear and get into character, play as a Lego character or Minecraft character. We play games. So that's part of the stream. But another thing that I do is I do this live. It's like a work stream, but I do live game dev, working on my own games or working on games for a client. So yeah, if you're new here and wondering what in the world this is all about, that's what it's all about. That's what we do here. Of course, man, always a good time at stream. Thanks, Chaotic, means a lot. Fiercely, yeah, Chaotic, technically. It's been a minute since I've been able to come into a stream and since I've seen you stream as well. Oh yeah, Sana, it's been a while. I was sick all last week, and I think it's been like 3 weeks since I've streamed at all. Could you make it so the laser is able to pass through the clutter? Yes, I'm gonna do that right now. Let's do it. Okay. So we gotta go find, not health, we gotta go to weapon. Update laser. Okay, raycast hit. So we're hitting raycast. We want to ignore the layer, and I think it's right here. We can say we could ignore that. Let me just open this up. Let's see what the int layer mask. That's what it is right there. Okay. And actually, to make this go faster, I'm gonna get some help. We're gonna do check for hit, but ignore zoning layer. Okay, so I can put that comment in there, and the AI in the backdrop of Visual Studio should be able to help me out with that here. So it's that, and then int layer mask. Actually, I'm gonna set the layer mask up here. So layer mask equals, there it is right there, just tab it out. Layer mask name to layer zoning, perfect. And then I can put that right here, layer mask. But this is gonna make it so that it only appears on the layer mask, but I want to ignore it. Oh no, wait, I think it's already doing that for me with this right here. This, I think it's called a tilde. So this actually should work. This is all we have to do, and we're good. We're golden. Let's try it out. Let's test it. Can you guys hear the music? It's like it's playing. Okay. Okay, good. We're still working everywhere else. And yep, we're hitting the building back there. Let's just pause it just to check. Boom. Done. It's shooting through that box collider layer. It is ignoring the zoning layer. Beautiful. We're working. Now, the problem we need to fix is getting rid of all these marks that are in the air. We can do that by, I have an idea that I want to try, but I'm not sure it's going to be very consistent. We'll try it nonetheless, okay? So, right here, if we hit something, we're doing stuff here. If we don't hit something, then we do this. So what we want to do is this smoke layer. Let's go to the smoke layer. Or not the smoke layer, the burn mark layer. So let's select our cannon, go to our burn mark right here. We want it to not play on awake. Okay, it's already set. We want it to play only when we hit something, okay? So we actually need to make that, we need to reference that particle system. So laser, we have all the particles, but we don't want to include the burn mark thing. So I'm actually going to put that. We're currently grabbing all particle systems in that. So I'm going to move this. Actually, maybe not. Let's just leave it in for now. But I'm still going to reference it. Public game object burn mark particles. Okay. We can set that, and then here. Oh no, wait. Let's make it reference a particle system, not a game object. Particle system. Burn mark particles. Okay. And then we can simply, if we hit something, play the particles. Yep, right there. Boop. Burn mark particles. Play. Boop. And then down here, if we don't hit something, stop it. No, but wait, hold on. Laser's hitting something, we play the particle system. If it's not hitting something, we don't. No, that should work. That should work. Let's try it. Okay. You can just turn that off. Okay. So play and stop based on what we hit. Why was it already playing though without us calling that? Is it because... Oh yeah, okay, here. So when we enable the laser, we start all of our particle systems, okay? But we don't want to start the burn mark. Okay, so for each particle system, PS and particles, PS play. But we don't want to start the burn mark. So if PS does not equal burn mark particles, then we can play those. Okay, so that's going to play every particle system as before, except for the burn mark stuff. Perfect. And then in disable layers laser for each particle system particles, we want to stop the particle system. Yes, that's fine. We technically don't need to stop it twice on the burn marks, but it's okay. It won't hurt anything. Okay, this should work. Fingers crossed. Rise Phoenix Fire, what's up? Hello, I'm trying to finish installing my software on my new desktop. Awesome. What software? I played a new Borderlands game. I have it. It's really good and funny. I might also try some Minecraft. Nice. I've never played Borderlands. How's that? Or Borderlands, sorry. Oh, and by the way, back to what I do here, guys. I stream on multiple platforms. I stream on Purple. You know who you are. I stream on Red. You know who you are. And I stream on TT. You know who you are. Streaming to 3 different platforms. Okay, let's try this out and see what we get. J-Dogs, what's up? Hey, thanks for the follow. It means a lot. Why is it not showing follows? Okay, let's do this. Let's test out burn now. Oh, it's still in the air. I know exactly why it's in the air. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh, wait. I didn't assign the reference. That's why it's not working. Okay, so this is what I thought. This is why I thought it wasn't working. I thought that even though it technically should play the burn mark particles when we hit something and stop the burn mark particles when we don't hit something, there's still going to be like a small window of time in between the start and the stop, where when the laser comes away from a building, for instance, it'll still be playing for a little bit. So a few stray particles might appear in the air. So that's what I thought was happening, but it might be that I just didn't, because I didn't assign the references, it wasn't working at all. So I'm gonna try that. Boop, assigned. Now let's see if it actually works perfectly or if there's a few strays. It will at least cut down on the strays by a lot. Let's try it out. Yep, so there's still some strays. Shoot. I feel like it's worse now. Why is it worse? It's delayed. Why is it delayed now? Let's see what we got. So turn that off. There we go. Let me make sure it's actually stopping it and starting it. So in here, I'm going to say, put a debug log. Debug log. Burn mark. Play. And down here, debug log, burn mark, stop. Okay. So when we hit something, it should play. When we hit nothing, it should stop. Wayne, what's up? How's it going? Okay. Burn mark, play, 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 play. Stop, stop, stop. Yep, that's correct. But it's still playing. Okay, okay, it shouldn't constantly be triggering playing. It should only trigger it once. Not multiple times. So what I need to say is if burn mark particles is stopped, then play it. If burn mark particles, whoa. Is not stopped, then stop it. So that should only make it happen once. And I'm gonna put this right here inside that. Okay. Because if we're constantly hitting the wall, no need to constantly tell the particle system to keep play, blah, 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 blah. It's just be told to play once. Boop, there we go, burn mark play, stop. Why is it constantly calling stop? Why is it still calling stop? If burn mark particles is not stopped, then stop it. But once it's stopped, it shouldn't call it again. Oh, is playing. Can I use that? Here's where the particles are playing. Okay, let's use that. Boop. So if the particles are stopped, then play it. If the particles are playing, then stop. Okay, that should work. Okay, one play. Constant stopping. Why is it still doing that? I don't understand how it's doing that. Oh, maybe because the particles are still alive. They survive for 5 seconds. So I bet it'll stop at 5 seconds. Let me test that. It'll stop calling that at 5 seconds. Okay, let's test it out. Okay, play, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there it is. It's stopping. Okay. So technically, even after you stop a particle system, it's not fully stopped until the particles that it created have died. So that's fine. Okay. Okay, no worries. We've still got to figure out, though, why they're existing in the air. And I don't know the answer to that. Simulation space, world, emitter velocity mode. But if we change that to transform instead of rigid body, let's try that. Using Linux, Ubuntu, which I'm trying to still learn how to use. I'll admit it's pretty hard. Oh yeah, 100%. I've never even tried that. Looks like adding a drawing mini game now. Yeah, drawing pictures on walls. I suggested you PlayStation VR. Is pretty cool how they only focus on our frames on what you're focusing. Already seen this on different game images. I was thinking of trying at some point for my games. What do you mean by that? Gotta go, wife calls. Good luck in today's stream. Thanks, Chaotic, means a lot. We'll see you later. Nope, it is still... Maybe. Let's see. Collisions. Collision. World. 3D. Particles can collide. Triggers. Sub-emitters, texture sheet animation, lights, trails, renderer. Let's see how other people do it. Basically it works as if Hunter's down staring, that would be 100% focus. Only focus on all parts. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about culling? Culling, C-U-L-I-N-G? Where only things will happen in the game that the camera is seeing, but stuff outside the camera's view, nothing happens. Are you talking about culling? Camera culling? Yeah, that already is a thing in Unity. It's already... Yeah, that's already integrated. That works by default. Okay. Let's see what other people are doing. YouTube. Let's see. Unity. Laser. No, Unity. Burn marks on wall. See the wall shader? No. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, just do laser. Unity, laser burn on wall. I could just instantiate textures on the wall constantly, but I feel like that's really not performant. It would make sense for like a single hit, like a gunshot, because it's just one hole. It's just one texture. Easy. But when it's just like a constant line, like it's like drawing essentially. Maybe it's not bad. Maybe I should just do it. Let's see. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. I think that's where reflections of hitting the wall, identifying correct if it hits something. Yes. Okay, here we go. I've got a laser in my... Actually, I'm gonna use voice. It's so much faster typing, or not typing, just speaking. Hey, what's up? So I've got a laser in my Unity game, and I really want the laser to leave burn marks on stuff that it hits, on different colliders like walls or bad guys or the floor or whatever. So I'm currently trying to use a particle system that will leave burn mark looking particles in this place where the raycast hits the colliders. Now that sort of works. It is working. It hits the walls and it leaves particles, but it's also leaving particles in the air, and I don't want that. I want the particles to only stick to the collider faces that it's hitting. Is there a way to use my particle system that I've started integrating to do that? Or should I go the route of when a raycast hits a collider, instantiating images of burn marks? Now, typically I would do that for something like a gunshot, because that makes sense, because it's just instantiating a single image texture. But is it even feasible and performant to do that method with a laser burn, since I would need potentially to instantiate thousands of images for a laser line along a wall? What are your suggestions, or is there something else that we could possibly do that I might be overlooking? Here is my current code. Boop, so I was converting that to text, which is gorgeous. Usually takes, there it is, cool. Now I'm gonna copy paste my code, which is just a little bit right here. Boop, we'll see what ChatGPT says. Nice, you're already super close to something cool here. So encouraging. Break down best options, blah, 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 where a current particle system leaves marks in the air. When you play at the hit point, the particles are emitted in world space, but they're not parented to the collider's surface. So if the laser keeps moving, or if the raycast hits nothing for a frame, exactly, your particle emitter might keep playing briefly at the last hit position, resulting in floating marks. Yep. Even worse, particles don't bake onto geometry. Yep, they just render in world space, so if you move the wall or the laser, the particle stays in space rather than sticking to the wall to transform. Yep. Option 1, use a decal projector. Best visual and performance balance. If you're in URP, which I am, Unity added a decal projector component that's perfect for this. You can instantiate tiny decal projectors where the laser hits, projecting a burn mark texture onto any surface, static or dynamic. It gives a code if physics raycast. I'm gonna pull this over here so you guys can see this. Before I do that though, stream focus. Yeah, I need to, hold on, not stream focus. How can I show this without, okay, I can close the sidebar. Oh, perfect, cool. Now I can show this. There you go. I just wanna make sure I don't show all my personal stuff. Okay. So if physics raycast ray out, hit blare mask, spawn decal at hit point. Game object decal. Instantiate the decal prefab. Hit point, hit normal. Rotation, hit normal. Decal transform set parent. Okay. Looks glued to the surface. Yep. Great for lots of tiny hits. Cheap to, how is it cheap to render though? Because you're instantiating a decal potentially thousands of times. No floating. Yep, I got that. You can fade decals out over time. Got that. Cons, requires URP. I'm using that with decal projector feature enabled. Okay, fine, I guess. A bit more setup, shader, and material for burn. Okay, whatever. And instantiate static burn mark textures like bullet holes. This works even in built-in. Yep. Each time the laser hits, you can instantiate a small quad. Yep. Burn mark texture. Yep. Yep. Mark transfer the parent. Yep. Stick to surface. Fine. Then you can use an object pool to reuse burn marks efficiently. Yep. Obviously, working in your pipeline, full control. Sticks, cons, thousands of marks. Yep, per frame would be heavy. Lasers can hit many points rapidly. You'll need to rate limit how often marks spawn. Optimization trick, spawn a burn mark only if. Okay, yeah, the way you don't instantiate every single frame. Yep. Only when the hit moves significantly. Oh, that's a good idea to get rid of the stray dots if I'm moving super fast. Okay. Use a particle system that emits sticky sub-emitters. Oh. Use a sub-emitter that spawns a single burn mark particle when a collision occurs. In your particle collision module, set send collision messages. On collision, move a particle to the hit point and align it with the surface normal. Turn off velocity and lock its position. On particle collision, get collision events. Keeps your particle workflow, can emit burn decals dynamically from collisions, pretty performant if tuned right. Trigger setup and debugging, particles still aren't true decals, they're visual approximations. Recommended hybrid. Laser continuous hits walls often use decal projector. Small particle burst at each new hit point for sparks sizzle. Not for the mark itself. Rate limit how often new decals spawn. Gives you the realism of burn scars that persist. Energy sizzle. I'm interested to try this decal thing. How is that not? How is spawning decals in URP any more performant than spawning quads? Use visual effects for shooting lasers. I could do that, but I mean, I've already got the laser where I want it. I don't know if you just hopped in, Cardi, I think. So I've already got the laser going. Let me show you this. By the way, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. So I've already got this laser, got the cannon, shoots the laser, has sparks coming out at the entrance and at the end. Now I'm just working on the burn mark as it hits the wall. So we've got a few problems going on. Obviously, the burn mark stuff is appearing in midair. Don't want that. Also, it's like we're running out of particles. So, working on that right now. I would just constantly instantiate quads like you would for a bullet hole, but my worry is that that's very not performant for a laser because it's a long streak of images. So I'm talking to ChatGPT right now about what's most performant and how to do that. So ChatGPT recommended spawning decals. URP has a decal projector that I've never heard of before. So I'm asking about that. But so I'm like, how is it? So it essentially told me to just constantly instantiate decal projectors instead of quads. So now I'm asking, how is that any more performant than spawning quads? Core difference is how they're rendered. Quads, each burn mark is a separate game object, yes, and mesh renderer and material instance. Okay. Even with GPU instancing, Unity still has to handle transforms per quad, push draw calls per batch group, manage material. Okay, got it. Decal projectors in URP are batched and rendered in a single deferred decal pass. They are not standard renderers. They get combined into a single decal volume system that the renderer processes all at once. Interesting. They use a shared decal projector system that handles GPU instancing, spatial calling, and atlas packing. No separate draw calls per decal. Huh. You spawn thousands of decals without major CPU overhead. Awesome. Even though they look like textured quads, they're handled in a far more optimized way by the rendering pipeline itself. Awesome. Then yeah, that's definitely what I need to do. Quads, because they're individual game objects. Combined mesh decals. Requires custom pooling, combining logic. We can work that out. Decal projectors very low, moderate, best overall trade-off. Interesting. You spawn 1,000 burn marks, quads, 1,000 renderers, noticeable CPU slowdown. Decals, one batch in decal system. Nice. Decals also solve other problems, correct depth and normal blending. No Z fighting or floating. Oh, that's brilliant. Because it's doing it all in one pass. Nice. Surface projected UVs. No stretching on angled geometry. Huh. Material blending, you can control opacity, roughness, emission, etc. Automatic culling and fading, they disappear gracefully at distance. Okay, cool. Quads can fake it, but you'll constantly fight issues like incorrect alignment with uneven surfaces, artifacts, and the walls are perfectly lit, sorting problems, yep. Works on any surface, good. Fade and culling, built in. Setup effort, medium shader plus material, okay. Scalability. Awesome. Spawning fewer than 50 to 100, quads are fine, yep, makes sense. If your laser can generate hundreds of thousands, URP decals. Awesome. Okay, cool, sounds good. Let's definitely try and help the decal projectors. Do a tween system for burn marks. Also, you can use Pathfinder tween system for burn marks. What do you mean, like fading in and out? Decals for tween systems for a smooth move. Oh, okay, so you're saying. Sounds like you found what you need to do. That good. I didn't even know that. Icing's fire. I think that's where. Oh, it's okay. Cool. Let me check on. Cool. No viewers on YT. Where did Cyanide go? Cyanide's gone. Okay, step 1, enable decal rendering in URP. Okay, open URP asset, add product settings, graphics, URP asset, scroll down to rendering, decals to make sure decals are on, decal layers on, option recommended. If you don't see this, make sure you're on URP 12 plus. Yes, we should be. Okay. Edit project settings, graphics. ERP asset. Put on the rendering. And don't see the rendering. Oh, here, right here. I don't see decal. Am I blind? Let me actually look this up online and not use, because sometimes ChatGPT can be outdated on information with stuff like this. Unity, URP, decal, projectors. Do you need any help with anything? I specialize in VFX, building, texturing, some scripting. Really? That's awesome. Also UIs, cool. Maybe, yeah. Send me a DM. You can do that over on TikTok where you're at now, or you can do Discord. Discord DMs are better, honestly. If you want to send me a DM on Discord, do that. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, of course, you're gonna have to show me like a reel or a website or stuff that you've made in the past. I'm currently the only one working on this game. I have outsourced some of the work in the past on this game, and I outsource a lot of my work to I've been doing visual effects work for 10 years now on movies and TV shows and stuff. So I outsource work often. So yeah, we'll see. And if I am not able to outsource anything with this game, then might be for something else. But yeah, for sure. Send me a DM and we'll talk. Okay, here is the decal render feature. You can project specific material decals onto other objects in the scene. Got it. Yeah, so I remember actually seeing this. I didn't know that you could, I didn't know how performant it was for like thousands. Because first I have to add the decal render feature to the UVert. Create a material and assign it the shader graph decal shader. Materials, select the base map and the normal map. Okay. Create a new decal projector game object or add a decal projector component to an existing game object. Okay. Decal projector. Material. Got it. An alternative way, create a quad game object, assign a decal material to the game object, position the quad on the surface where you want the decal to be. Necessary, adjust the mesh by fail. Okay. Propensity fighting. Awesome. This feature has the following limitations. Decal projector does not work on transparent surfaces. That should be fine for our game, except I question what would happen if you put it over top of like a window. Could we not burn a window? Unity renders decals into the decal buffer. Unity overlays the content of the debuffer on top of the... We're not playing music. You guys didn't tell me that the music stopped. I have it turned super far down on mine. There we go. That's better. I started making a horror game in Godot. That is awesome. Dude, Moongummy, please join our Discord and show me your game on the Discord. We have a game dev channel in our Discord. Let me pull it up. Boop. Where is it? In creating game dev. Post it right here. I would love to see it. Post your progress in the game dev channel. I would love to see it. Join the Discord. You can find the links easily. I believe in you guys. You can find it. It's very early stages. Oh, I don't care. Show me every stage. I see games to use it on explosive. What are you talking about, Rise Phoenix Fire? I don't know what you're talking about. Unity renders decals after the opaque objects using normals that Unity reconstructs from the depth texture. Renders decals on meshes on top as meshes on top of the opaque meshes. This technique supports only the normal blending. We're definitely gonna try this out. Okay. URP supports the GPU instancing materials. If the decals in your scene use the same material, and if the material has the enabled GPU instancing, URP instances the materials and reduces the performance. Okay, cool. Okay, let's try this. So it says first I need to enable it. But I don't have it enabled. Add the decal render feature to the URP renderer. Oh, under render features. Got it. Okay. That is not here. That is here. Boom. Add renderer feature. Decal. Awesome. Look at that. Technique. Automatic. Sure. Oh, debuffer versus screen space. Wait, what's the difference again? Debuffer and screen space. Okay, debuffer. Unity renders decals into the DQ. Requires the depth normal prepass, which makes the technique less efficient on GPUs to implement tile-based rendering. Okay. This technique does not work on particles and terrain details. I think that should be okay. Screen space renders decals after the opaque objects using normals that Unity reconstructs with depth texture. Supports only normal blending. Oh, we can try both, I guess. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got that turned on. Let's music stop again. Why does music keep stopping? I don't understand. Oh, enable repeat. There we go. Okay. Jay Sulla, what's up, bro? You're a super talented man. I wish I could have this kind of sponge learning element. Thank you. That means a lot. What do you mean sponge learning? I mean, you have to enjoy. Like, obviously, I wouldn't enjoy learning if it was something like if it was grass. 'Cause I don't care about different species of grass, so I wouldn't be this excited about learning about different species of grass. But ever since I was a kid, I've always loved 3D and game design and stuff like this, and so it's a joy learning new stuff about it. So almost an eidetic memory. I have no idea what I've never seen that word in my life. You're gonna have to tell me what eidetic means. I'm just gonna look it up. Type of memory that involves vivid and accurate recall of visual information. Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here, Jay Solo. Thanks for popping in. Okay. Let's actually try this. Okay, so we've got the decal projector in max draw indices. Okay, that's fine. Use rendering layers. Oh, you can configure specific decal projectors to affect only specific objects. Cool. What other render features do we have? Don't need any of that. Okay, so that is on. Let me actually go here. Make sure decals are going to render. It should work now that I've enabled the render feature. So let's see what ChatGPT says to do next. Okay, I've got that. Boop. In the project view, we got to create a material. Shader URP decal. Figure it like a scorch mark. Base map your scorch mark texture with transparency, decal blend mode. Yep, base 0.5 point, particle fit, optional, tweak, rename it something like matte burn. Okay, so it's just a material with the decal shader. Okay, so all I need to do is take my current burn mark and change the shader to render pipeline. Where's the decal? There it is. Shader graphs and legacy shaders. Decals with screen space technique only support rendering with decal projection component. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so base map, decal blend mode. That's not even an option. Shader should be under URP decal, but I don't have that. URP. I don't have that. Go to Window Package Manager. Decal. Nope. Maybe I should, I wonder what the legacy one is. Let's try that. Could also make my own shader. We'll stick with this for now, see what it gives us. Okay, for the texture, we're just gonna do particle, boop, base map. Okay, so that's done. And then step 3, create the decal prefab. In the hierarchy, create rendering decal projector. Okay. Create rendering decal projector. There it is. Beautiful. There's our decal projector. Let's move this over so you guys can see it. Here it is, guys, the start of our decal projector. Hey, look, it's already projecting something. So cool, look at that. Okay. And then this material, instead of decal, we're going to use our burn mark decal. Where's our burn mark? There it is. Boop. Look at that. Why does it look so... I've never done a decal in Unity before. This is fun. Material, burn mark. Opacity. Ooh, awesome. Draw distance, start fade. Cool. Width. Ooh. Height. Projection depth. Oh, it's projecting along the Z-axis. I see. There's our particle. Look at that. It was weird over here because of that. But if I turn it, not that axis, the X-axis. If I turn it, it's projecting onto the wall. That's so cool. I've never used a decal projector in Unity. This is so fun. Guys, this is the start of our burn marks for the laser. And I can also use this for the pew pew shots from the bad guys. I need to eat my coffee up. I'll be right back, guys. While I'm gone, you guys enjoy the bad guys coming after Drip. Okay, I'm back. You guys need to remind me, pretty please, to take coffee breaks, because by the time I remember about I'll be working, then I gotta remember my coffee, and then I go to drink it, and it's like lukewarm. Jay Sulla, like you read it and remember. If you have ever watched Criminal Minds, a smart guy has that kind of memory. Oh, okay, I got it. Do you have games on Steam? I do not. I do not have a single fully finished, completed game. I do not. One day though. This game will be done in the next month or so, and you'll be able to get this on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and I'm 99% sure this game will be free, but that's going to be up to my client. I've got some of my own games that I'm working on, and those will eventually be on the app stores as well. Just takes time and money. So, okay. So we've got our decal projector. Awesome. Okay, in the hierarchy, we create our decal projector. Size makes a small patch. Okay, I'll change the size. I'm just following ChatGPT's recommendations for this. Width 0.2. Yep. And Z 0.05. Why do you mean projection depth? Okay, I see. 0.05. So only if it's super close it'll project. There we go. Okay, cool. Actually, just going to turn this 0. So if this projector is far away, it's not going to project. Only if it's close. Okay, beautiful. Makes sense. Okay. Material, we assigned that already. Reset its transform to 0, 0, 0. Okay, position 0, 0, 0. Drag it into your project window to make a prefab, yep, and then delete the scene copy. Okay, let's do that. Okay, decal projector. I'm gonna actually rename this burn mark projector. We're gonna make it a prefab in our boop, drag that into there. Okay, it's now a prefab, and I can delete it from here. Beautiful. And now we just need to spawn the decal in code. That is a lot of code to just spawn it. Let's see how well this code is actually working here. Okay, integrate this right into your existing update laser code. Okay, so we got our prefab reference. Yep. Spacing, fine. Lifetime fine. Last decal position. Okay, spawn decal. Prevent overspawning if vector distance. Last decal point. Okay, return. Last decal position. Okay, fine. Rotation hit normal. Yep. Position equals hit point. The position is the hit point plus the hit normal times that tiny offset to present Z fine. Okay, fine. Object decal. Instantiate. The prefab. Position rotation. Yep. Parent to the surface so it moves with it. That's super cool. So if you like hit the bad guy and the bad guy keeps walking around, the burn mark stays on the bad guy. Goodness. I actually don't think, like, definitely we want this burn mark to appear on buildings, right? And on the ground or whatever, on objects, on cars and street lights and stuff. I don't know that we would want it to appear on bad guys. We'll have like some smoke and some like sparks fly up when they hit the bad guy. But I don't know that we'll want these staying on the bad guys, but I'll try it out for now. We'll see what it looks like. Parent surface so it moves with it. Okay, fine. Optional fade out and destroy. Okay. Sorry, guys. Then your raycast block, if physics raycast ray out hit. Yep, spawn decal hit. Okay. Yeah, okay. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Let's integrate this. It's the Lego guy. What's up? Yes, it is the Lego guy. I was so close, guys. I was thinking about doing this stream in the mocap suit with the Lego character set up. I was this close to doing it. I was actually gonna do stream today like that. But then I was making my coffee and I was like, oh, I'm just so cozy in my hoodie right now. I don't want to get in the mocap suit and be uncomfortable. So I just decided to just do cozy, normal, relaxed stream. But I do really want to get in the suit and do a Lego VTuber stream again soon. Maybe tonight. Maybe not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. I'm continuing work on the mobile superhero game for a client of mine. And over the past week when I was sick, I wasn't streaming, but I continued working on this. And I've gotten a lot more work done on all the weapons. So we've got the staff, do all those combo moves. And then I've got the cannon, which we're working on right now. You can hold it up and shoot things. It's got a laser coming out. Now we're working on the burn mark so that when it actually hits stuff, it'll leave a burn mark trail wherever it's hitting. And then I've also got a shield with a shield throw. Hits bad guys. You can even hit the buildings and it'll bounce off the building. I love that so much. It's so satisfying. It's gonna be super satisfying when I put sound effects in here. It's like, bling, ding, 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 ding. Obviously it'll sound a lot better than that, but. And if there's multiple bad guys, the shield will ricochet in between multiple bad guys as well, so it's super fun. Okay, let's do that laser integration. Okay, so weapon. We were very advanced. I must be old. I have no coding skills. Thingy, I'm probably intermediate. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm advanced. The Gaines Fairy VTuber. Have I seen your stuff before? Have you been on one of my streams before? Okay, let's integrate this code. Okay. So let's put the spawn code in here. I'm just gonna copy paste. Boop. I'm gonna move this up here though. Laser. Burmark decal, boop. I don't need all this serialized field stuff. Boop. Boop. I'm gonna make this public. Actually make all this public too so I can play around with these values. Boop. And then down here we've got spawn the decal. And overspawning, that's fine. Instantiate decal. Yeah, parent surface so it moves with it. I'll leave this on for now, but we might not do that. We'll see. Optional fade out and destroy. Destroy decal. Decal lifetime. Yeah, we'll leave that on for now. Okay. And then up here in the raycast block, we're just going to spawn the decal. If we hit something. Spawn decal. Hit. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. And this off. And let's see what this looks like. First, we need to set our reference on the cannon. Burn decal prefab, burn mark projector right there. And then what else we need to do? We need to turn off that burn mark particle system because I don't think we're going to need it. And let's try this out. See what happens. I've never done this with decal projectors before. We're going to see what it looks like. Okay, it's working in that it's only... Okay, there's a lot working. Even though there's stuff that's not working, there's a lot that's working. Okay, number one, the thing that's working is it is instantiating these decals on the walls. Nothing is appearing in the air. It's only staying on the walls, which is great. Number two thing that's working is all these decals are orienting correctly to the normal of the face that it's hitting, which is perfect. The particle is matching that face direction on that building, and it's matching over here too. So let me just do that and then pause the game over here. And you see that our burn mark decals, they're oriented with the face of the building, which is exactly what we want. Problem is, they're very sporadic. We need to make them appear much more often. So decal spacing and decal lifetime. So let's adjust those values and see what we get. Let's do decal spacing, 0.05. Still not enough. Oh, and they're also white. We need to make them black. Let's do 0.01. Oh, they're attaching to the enemy. That looks really good, actually. Do you see that, guys? Look at that. Let me zoom in. Look at that. They're hitting the enemy and they're orienting nicely. And what's so amazing about this, guys, this is so much better than spawning quads like you would do for a typical bullet hole in games. Because if you spawn a quad, it's essentially just a square that you're spawning in 3D space, okay? So if you were to spawn that burn mark or that bullet hole texture image, that quad, that face, that plane, onto like the geometry of this hoodie of the bad guy, it would stick on there, but it wouldn't like wrap around him. You would see like a plane connected to him and maybe even oriented with the face that it's touching, but it wouldn't, you would still be able to like see the plane, the shape. But because we're not spawning quads, we're spawning projectors. It's spawning a quad still, but the quad is not what is showing the texture. The quad is a projector that is projecting the texture onto the geometry that it's attached to, which is why this looks so good. It's actually wrapping to the hoodie, onto the hoodie of the bad guy, because it's projecting the image onto the bad guy. This is freaking sick. That is awesome. I love decal projectors. This is an amazing day. This is a day. This is a beautiful day. I love it. Let's make this black. Burn mark projector. Burn mark. Burn mark. Why is it not black? I do not know. Because the texture is white. And I can't just change it. I need to make my own decal shader where I can change the color. So we'll do that. I was a YouTube commenter recently. Okay, cool. And I used your chat every. Oh, awesome. Oh, I'm back. What did I miss? That's super cool. So do you like Stream Focus? Are you still using it? Rise Phoenix Fire, what's up? Okay, so beautiful. This is working super awesome. We still need this to be a lot more consistent. Wait a second. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm changing the value in the wrong direction. Let me try to do it one more time like this. Let's go the other direction. Nope, definitely not the right direction. There we go. Now we're more of a line, but it's like still just making dots everywhere. Let's go back to our code. Prevent overspawning. If the distance, last decomposition point, is less than decal spacing, return, okay. Essentially the decal. I feel like the problem is not how fast the decals are instantiating. I feel like the problem is where the hits are happening, because it's only going to spawn a decal on every raycast hit. And what I think is happening, like if you turn really fast, visual like that, like from point A to point B, if you turn really fast, the raycast is not hitting the wall in a constant stream as you move across. It's only hitting probably every frame. And so our game, if our game is running at 60 frames per second, and you move across, it's only going to hit, the raycast is only going to hit the building 60 times across 1 second. So if you go really fast across, it might only hit it like 4 times, and it's spawning a decal each of those 4 times that it's hitting. So how would you make the raycast hit much more often than your FPS? Let's ask ChatGPT about that. Okay. Yo, ChatGPT. Okay, okay, let's actually read what he says here. He, as if it's a person. Keep decal size modest. Large projectors are more expensive. For continuous lasers, set small decal spacing. Yep, so they appear more continuous, but not spammed. Object pooling set up so the decals recycle instead of instantiating destroying your time. Yes, let's do the pooling system, and then after that we'll do what we really need it to do. Decal pool. Oh, a whole nother class. Okay. Create new decal. Get decal. Return decal. Decal active is false. Return false. Parent false. Pool and queue. Attach decal pool to a central game object in your scene. Assign your burn decal prefab inspector. Set initial pool size. Start with 1500 for testing. To request decals from the pool instead of instantiating them directly. Okay. Yeah, so essentially this helps with garbage collection, because if you constantly instantiate things in Unity, like new game objects or even decals constantly, it's building up like this, like a cache essentially, like a stored amount of stuff that you've created. And if you constantly destroy those as well, then that builds up your garbage collection, and it will increase how much storage and CPU you're using on your computer. So what you do is you make a pooling system like this, where after it creates something once, instead of just destroying it and creating a new one, destroying it, creating a new one, it essentially recycles stuff that you've created, essentially. So if you create a decal, instead of destroying it, it will, when you're done using it, that decal, it will put it back in this pooling system that we're about to create. And then when it needs another decal, instead of creating a brand new one, it will reuse the one that it's recycled, if it's available. If there isn't one available to use, then it'll create a new one. So that will essentially keep you from needing like thousands of these. You could just use a few hundred probably and just reuse them over and over again. So we'll do that, but I mean, this is just performance stuff. I really don't need performance stuff right now. What I need is the constant laser look, okay? So I'm gonna do that right now because it's more pressing. Okay, I'll integrate this pooling system at some point once we work on performance, but I'm not worried about performance right now. What I'm worried about is that these decals are not spawning enough times. Like there's, even if I set the spawn rate super low, like you've already suggested, it spawns decals a lot, but still if I'm pointing a laser at the wall and I turn really fast, I'm pretty sure the raycast is not hitting the wall constantly as I move from left to right. The raycast is only hitting the wall every once in a while. I'm guessing maybe it's limited to our frames per second. So is there a way that we can make the trail of burn marks from the laser be a constant line in Unity? See what chat says about that. Raycast 1 runs once per frame, so when you swing the laser quickly, it skips over gaps between frames and your burn marks appear dotted instead of continuous. Two main ways to ensure continuous burn trails even during fast movement. Continuous line by interpolating between hits, best overall. You can fill the gaps between the previous hit point and the current hit point by ray marching small steps along the path. That way, even if the ray skips several meters between frames, we'll still stamp burn decals evenly along the line. Okay. This way you only raycast once per frame, but if the beam moves several meters, you fill in between space with small secondary checks and decals, okay? Slightly more raycast per frame, one per spacing interval, still limited to the physics update frequency, but you can improve that, see below. Option 2, update laser in fixed update or interpolate subframes. By default, your laser raycasts once per frame. 60 milliseconds. You move the laser super fast. It's a lot of disappointment. You can mitigate that by. This runs at the physics rate, typically 50 by default. Use a line-based raycast sweep, cheap version. Instead of spawning many decals, you can sweep the last laser point path with a single physics raycast all between the last and current positions. Doesn't guarantee even spacing, but it will catch any missed geometry between frames, for example, if you swing past a thin post. Use option 1 to fill the gaps. Keep decal spacing small. Okay, let's try option 1 and see what we get. Okay. Okay, so we add new fields to the laser script. Here we go. Private vector 3. Last hit pause equals null. We've already got decal spacing. Okay. And then modify your raycast logic like this. Physics raycast got hit. Current hit pause equals that. Oop, in fact, position equals that. And then if we had a previous hit, fill the gap. I'm just gonna copy paste this and then we're gonna look at it. Okay, so if last hit pause has a value, okay, distance equals vector 3 distance from the last hit position to the current one, okay? Then if the distance is greater than decal spacing, yep, then int steps equals math at floor to int distance divided by decal spacing. Direction is the current hit position minus the last hit position normalized. And then for all of those steps, position equals that plus direction times decal spacing times I, okay? Cast a small array. To ensure this interpolated point is still on a surface, if physics casting another ray, dang. Physics ray cast. Out, subhit, layer mask, spawn the decal. Got it, okay. And then we update the last hit pause to the current. Beautiful. And then else, if we don't hit something, then we set it to null. Last hit pause equals null. Okay, I'm going to delete this too. Guys, we're almost at 1,500 likes over on TikTok. Can we please get those 1,500 likes? That would be amazing. If you are still watching on TikTok, we've got 3 viewers right now. Guys, spam that like button. Spam the heart button. Let's do it. 1,500 likes. Let's go. TikTok is telling me right now, you need to receive 1,500 likes as your next milestone. Let's do it, guys. Spam it, spam it, spam it. Okay, so that is that. Let's see what this does and if this works. Hopefully it does. We'll see. Oh, I need to adjust the spacing probably, but we'll see if this works. Whoa, 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 whoa. We are lagging like crazy. That obviously doesn't work. That's very bad. Hope that didn't mess up my stream. Yeah, I think we're still good. Definitely not working. 0.001. Yeah, that's not working. Maybe I need to do it in fixed update, like it said before. Fixed update. Let's try that. Nope, it's even worse than before. Goodness. Okay. Oops, wrong script. Nope, this is even worse than before. Problem is in your spacing math is that you're only raycasting forward each frame, not across the space the laser swept through between frames. When you move fast, last frame's ray might hit one wall, and this frame's ray might be aimed at empty air, so the interpolator rays don't hit anything at all. Little sub-rays we added only check along the line between the 2 previous hit points, but if that line goes through the air or new geometry, nothing is hit. No, I'm still getting gaps on the same geometry. That's the problem. Instead of filling in missed hits, we should raycast along the swept volume between frames, essentially a segment test from the old ray's start and direction to the new one. That way we detect all geometry crossed by the laser beam's motion, not just the last hit point. Okay. Instead of only bridging between discrete hit points, it sweeps a line every frame through where the laser moves, catching everything in between. If you rotate the laser quickly across the wall, it's responsive. No, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if you're right this time. Command Slime Light, what's up? Thanks for being here. Okay. Let's go back up here. Last direction, world. And then here. Okay, so do normal forward ray, physics ray cast. Just doesn't really matter, but so it wants me to do it separately up here. I'm just gonna copy paste this. Sweep test between old and new ray positions. The layer mask there. Okay. Black Chronos, what's up? It is the Lego Man. Is that what I'm known for? Is that what people know me for? Is the Lego VTuber setup? And that is what's gotten me the most views. And then down here. Okay, it says I'm still wrong. I'm just gonna... Okay, I can get rid of this. Don't need this anymore. gonna try this, see what happens. We're still getting it. I'm gonna copy, paste this code and see if it actually works. If it does, great, then I'll look at it. But I have my doubts. Yeah, this is not. I need to look up what other people have done for leaving trails of stuff. I mean, it's essentially drawing. You want to draw on a plane. There's got to be a way to do it so that it's constant and there's not gaps. There's got to be a way. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that. I'm gonna do that off stream. Back to what we had before. Back when it was working decent. Why is it not spawning stuff there? Hold the phone. I think I know. It's because the burn mark projector. Oh no, never mind. I thought it was limiting how many you can have, but it's not. Draw distance. Hold on, let's actually look at our settings. Oh, just max draw distance. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out another time. Let's go ahead and get the jetpack in there. That's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go ahead and get jetpack in. Let's do that so we can call that a day. I'm gonna open up drip weapons. Drip weapons. This is now we're in Blender, Blenderland. That is a bummer. That is a bummer. Not the conclusion I was hoping to get to today with the laser marks, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so there's the cannon. Let's get the shield, or not the shield, the jetpack. And is this parented? It is, yep. Okay. Aiden, what's up? How's it going? Okay. So let's get this jetpack over there. I'm going to duplicate it and then clear the parent. Jetpack. Alt G. Whoa. Oh, I forget, what was the scale that I changed it to? I think it was 0.01. Yes. And then we just need to apply that scale. Apply scale. Okay, there's our jetpack. So I'm going to apply the rotation too. Apply rotation. And then we just file, export FBX. Name that Jetpack. Game files to Unity. And then turn that off. And then export. And then bring that into our game. Jetpack, copy. Tools, assets, weapons. Boop, paste it. Okay, now it should appear in here. Weapons, jetpack, there it is. Just need to make sure it's the right size. Why did it not bring materials in? Well, I need to make sure we're using the same materials over there too. Let's see. Black, red, yellow. You know, why is the cannon bringing in materials, but jetpack is? Oh, jetpack's using texture, isn't it? It is jetpack and cannon. The cannon was not. Okay. What is that image texture for the cannon? Can't be that complicated. No, it's just yellow, black, and red. Yeah, I don't really need an image texture for that. I can just use yellow, red, black. So I just need to add those. Add yellow. Add red. Add black. And then, let's see. Oh no, wait, I might need to leave the texture because... Oh no, I can. Cool, awesome. Let's just assign all of that. And let's do black first, then red, then yellow. Black. 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 It's a lot better too because with texture, obviously we're never gonna even be this close. It doesn't matter, but. So we got black selected, then let's select all of this too. Actually, to select this more easily, let's just do this and then that. Nope, not like that. Okay, we're gonna have to do these first. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Then select those. Control plus to select one more. Good, that's all the black. And then we can loop select that, loop select that, loop select that. Okay, those will be black. Assign. This will be, yeah, why is it doing that? Fine, we'll loop select, boop, boop, boop. Those will be yellow, assign, and then the rest is red. So we can delete that one, boop. Ew, don't want that. Let's go back, select the black, select the yellow, inverse selection of faces, and that would assign to red. Boop. Net. What? Huh? Assign. Select. Okay, not sure why that happened. That was weird. Okay, select yellow, select black, select the inverse, boop, and then that becomes red. Yep, assign. Now we can get rid of the image texture that we're using for this, and we're just using colors now. Gorgeous. Okay, beautiful. Now we can re-export this again. Export, FBX, Jetpack, game files to Unity, don't apply transform, export, boop. Now, again, copy over the file, Jetpack, copy over to our Unity folder, replace, back to Unity, that is updated, and we've got our colors in, woohoo! Lego guy. Yes, AmiBOA01 slides. It is Lego guy. Guys, we're almost 1,500 likes in TikTok. Can we get 1,500 likes, please and thank you? Please and thank you. Smash that like button. Okay. Got our jetpack in. Now let's actually add it on. In Blender, though, I need to actually check what spine have I been attaching this to? What spine bone? Spine 2. Okay. Parent bone, spine 2. Got it. Spine 2. Spine 2. Add the jetpack to there. Boop. No, not there. Spine 2. There we go. Okay, he's got the jetpack on. Look at that. Can't be there though, obviously. Perfect, it's inside his chest. There we go. Oh, it looks sick. Look at that. Oh, I'm gonna need to make the dreads interact with that. How far off the back is that supposed to be? Let me pull this up. Oh, not that. I'm gonna have to pull up. Actually, let's save this first. Save and then file. Open recent. Chip version 70. This one's fine. Okay. Where's the jetpack? There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is what it's supposed to look like. For that. Okay, so let's pull this over here so we have our reference. And then side view, orthographic. I was like, who is that behind him? Goodness Let's go back to drip. Can I turn dreads off real quick, please and thank you? Booda boop, thank you. Okay. So then that is there, and that is there. Jetpack is... be a little bit more attached. That has some rotation to it. What is that rotation? 94. Okay, so we'll change this also to 94. No, other way. 86. There we go. And then this goes just a little bit higher. Right at the top of the shoulder, below the neck. Beautiful. And then it is just barely inside his back. Right there. That should work marvelously. Okay. Let's try that out. I think a normal person only has one spine. So sorry. Oh, look at that. It's attached to his back now. I love it. Oh, that looks cool. That looks really cool. Oh, his dreads are gone. How he looks weird. Turn the dreads back on, please. Turn the dreads back on. There we go. Yeah, so by spine too, what I mean by that is the bone in the spine. So there's multiple... Oh, that looks sick, dude. There's multiple bones in the spine. So yes, he only has one spine, but he has multiple bones in the spine. That looks super sick with the jetpack on now. Now I just need to make him be able to fly. And we need some like blue fire to come out the bottom of the jetpack whenever he's jumping. Super cool. Okay. We also need the dreads to interact with the jetpack. Okay, and that is as simple as adding a collider to the jetpack. So we're gonna add collider to this jetpack. Boop. Okay. Actually, I think I need to add a Magica collider. Yep. So jetpack, add Magica collider, Magica capsule collider, plane sphere, Magica Why is it doing that? So a sphere or a capsule. So I guess a capsule. I thought you can't do a box, a cube. Oh, well, we'll just do a capsule then, I guess. Why can't I see it? Length. Oh, just because it's tiny. Radius. Whoa. Go the opposite direction. Y-axis. No. Z-axis. Okay, little lesser length. Center needs to be right there, and then spread out more. So not quite what we're gonna need. I'm probably gonna need to make multiple colliders in this thing. Let's see if that at least works. I do need to add that collider to this. I believe. Yes, collider list. So in collider list, add the jetpack collider. Boop. And then same in this one. In collider list, add jetpack collider. Okay, the hair should now interact with the jetpack. I know what you meant, I just had to make the joke. Okay, it's interacting with the jetpack. Looks a little janky. it's like sliding on the jetpack. Yeah. Let's adjust that. Let's make the length definitely smaller. Better. Radius. I need to work on the hair physics too, because even before I put the jetpack in, the hair was still acting like this, even like on the shoulders and stuff. It's like the problem is it's not interacting well with Drip's animation, with his like idle animation. I need the hair to be like more sticky. How can I make the hair more sticky? Make the hair more sticky. I also probably need to update Magical Cloth. Stiffness. Friction. Friction's already really high. Inertia. I'll play with that later. At least we got the jetpack in. I should also, though, adjust the collider. Even if we change the hair settings later, I'm gonna make the collider better. I'm gonna make it more accurate. So, wait, what happens if I add a plane collider? I wanna see what that looks like. Add plane collider. Symmetry mode, center. Oh, it's probably like a ground, maybe. Yeah, I probably can't use that. Let's go back to the capsule collider. No, that's not what I want. Yep. And then bigger radius. Bring it in on the y-axis. Down a little bit. Okay. Length a little bit less. Okay, that should be good at the top. Now let's duplicate that. And then this one, bring a little down. So give us more accurate collisions for this. For this guy. Make this a little bigger radius. That should be good. And remember, this is a mobile game. I say remember. I need to remember. This is a mobile game, and so we're not even gonna see these details up close. And even if we did, it's no big deal. Something that I have to constantly remind myself of as a perfectionist is stuff like this does not matter. Like little bits of clipping happen in games all the time. In fact, a lot more clipping than what I'm gonna be doing, having going on happens in games all the time. So this is already gonna be better clipping wise than 99% of games. So just go with it, just finish it, just be done. We're good. Boom. So like this is fine. So like obviously some of the hair might clip a little bit inside this section of the jetpack because we don't have any colliders there. But actually I'm just gonna move this collider back a little bit right there. Right there. So there might potentially be some clipping right in that corner, but as you're moving around and running, you're not even going to notice it. So we should be good. This should be plenty. So 2 capsule colliders there. I'm going to go back to here and update those colliders. Missing and missing. We're going to add jetpack. Does that add all colliders from the thing? I wonder if it adds both. I don't know the answer to that. If I have to add them both separately. I don't know. Let's just do the one and see if it actually takes both. Yes, clipping happens all the time. You can't have perfect collisions in games ever. You'd add more friction here? Yes, I gotta figure out how to do that in Magica Cloth. Always wanted to work on making games, but I struggle with Blender. I make apps for Xbox though. Oh, awesome. Wait, what do you mean by apps for Xbox? Can you explain that? So not games, but apps for Xbox? What does that even mean? Oh, that's better already. Like obviously we're still having the slipping on the hair, but it fits to the shape of the jetpack a lot better. Look at that. Oh, that's so much better. Ooh, I know I shouldn't do this because it's over the top, but I really want to. There's a tiny bit of clipping. Let me see if I can pause it right on time. There's a tiny bit of clipping in that yellow bubble area of the jetpack. I want to add a collider there too. I know I shouldn't. I shouldn't do it. Don't do it, Zach. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's over the top. It's over the top. We can't actually see if it's working with both those colliders. Okay, so I think it is. It's working with both the colliders on the jetpack, even though I only put in the one. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Is it? Well, let's see. I'll just turn it off and see if it's working or not. Pause. Turn off. Oh, maybe it's not working. Okay, I need to turn this goon off. He is in the way. Turn him off. Boop. Back to play mode. I'm gonna have to drag these in separately, which is kind of a pain. Okay, so let's go to jetpack. Yeah, so obviously this first collider is working. Boop, boop, boop. But the second collider, if I turn it off and on, yeah, it's not doing anything. So I need to add that separately by locking that, making a new inspector. How do you duplicate the inspector? I forgot. I just add another one, general. How do you add 2 inspectors? Add tab, inspector. There we go. Okay, go. So drag this down here. Okay, so that inspector up there is that, and then this inspector, we need to go to select Magica Cloth. Okay. Got that one. So that's this right here. Now we drag it in this way. Boop. Add another one, and then we drag this one. Boop. Okay, same for this other Magica Cloth. It's using the top one. Now the second one we want to drag specifically this one. Now it should work. I make applications like file managers, porting PC apps to Xbox, and more. Interesting. So far, I've ported full apps like Discord onto Xbox that work by being a web app on the console. Okay, cool. That's super cool. Hey, this is working now, I believe. Let's turn this off to test. Yep, it's working. We've got both colliders working for the Jetpack. Beautiful. The interaction is so much better now with the Jetpack. Collision-wise. Obviously, I'm gonna make this bigger so you guys can see it on TikTok. Obviously, I still need to fix the sliding. But I love how it's colliding now. That works nicely. Like that right there when he's running, that looks solid. That looks really good. But the sliding is really janky. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have to add some friction to the material? Maybe magical cloth doesn't work that way. Okay, I can get rid of this now. Close tab, unlock. Okay, let's go figure that out. So, Jetpack, Magica. Yeah, there's nothing about friction. Let's just go to the settings and look at that for a bit. Okay, HTTP file transfer app for Xbox lets you download files on your Xbox via web. Interesting. I'm working on it right now, actually. I just finished creating a token all for the... Oh, cool. So what coding language do you use for that? Okay. Both use bone cloth? I do, okay. I have different magical cloth settings for different layers of dreads. Which one is which? Those are the inner ones, I guess? Yeah, and those are the outer ones. Okay. So the cloth simulation is on the under layer of dreads and the outer layer of dreads. Under layer is first. Okay. Angle restoration, stiffness. Play around with those settings. See what we get. Oh, cool. That's what I use in Unity is C#. Dude, I have no idea how you do C++. That's next level. Okay. Stiffness. Not stiffness, movement limit. Use backstop. I'm literally just toggling stuff on and off and seeing if it works. I should probably just look at the documentation for magical cloth. I will if I don't find something soon enough. The problem is it's not moving with the animation. I think that's root rotation. Ugh, no. It's got to be something with shape restoration. Distance stiffness. No. Inertia? Okay, gotcha. Collider collision. Friction. I've already got the friction at the literally the highest setting. Now it's at 0. Now it's at 0.5. Update mode. Animator linkage. Animation pose ratio. One. This one is 0. Let's try that one at 1. It's tough because I have 2 separate cloth simulations running. One for the outside layer and one for the inside layer of hair. Normal. Unity physics. Unscaled. Nope. Blend weight. Nope. Let's see if there's an update to Magica Cloth. Oh my goodness, it's 1:20. I need to eat lunch. So I have 2:15, but there's a 2:16.4. Oh, lots of updates. Goodness. Oh, now supports Unity 6.1, so I'm using a version that's not even technically supported by this version of Unity. Goodness. Fixed an issue where in certain circumstances friction would remain even after contact with the collider was released, causing unstable behavior. That might help us a little bit, but I don't think that'll fix our problem. When using mutual self-collisions, an issue. Infant loop. No, not getting that. I'm gonna go ahead and update it. Hopefully it does not completely destroy my settings. Here we go. It's always a dangerous thing to update packages like this. Fingers crossed nothing breaks. So what got updated? Materials, okay, no big deal on those. Example, simple input. Mostly materials, a few, okay, a lot of scripts. Okay. Okay, import, here we go. Lunch break sounds good to me too. I know, it's 1:20, I need to eat. I have a problem with eating too late every day. And by the time dinner's ready at 5:30, I'm not as hungry. Okay, we've imported the latest package. Doesn't look like we have any errors. Yep, should be good. Let's press play and see what happens. Please work. Please work. Yep, everything's still working and looks the same with the physics. Still need to figure out friction. Gosh. Blend weight, instead of 1, make it 0? Nope, now it's just not working at all on that bottom layer. Yeah, that didn't fix it. Normal alignment, transform. Nope. Inertia, world inertia. Teleport mode. Reset. Nope. Centrifugal acceleration. Hey, that's a little better. That's before. Like just setting the speed limit to higher. It's just, it's not sticking. I need it to stick. Why won't it stick? Friction is just... I need friction to be higher. Why can't I make friction higher? Like, friction is working. It looks great. It's just not enough, and it won't let me make the friction higher. I don't understand. Can I add? No. Can I add a friction material? Look on this red material. Let's see. Let's look it up. Unity Magica cloth. More friction. I have to research this some more later. And again, this is one of those tweaking things that's just gonna take some time. And I need to... What's honestly more important than the way that the hair is interacting with the jetpack, what's more important is, like, number one, getting him to fly when you like double press the jump button, as well as putting a particle flame on the jetpack. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and add that. That's more important than what I'm working on right now. So let's, under jetpack, go add particle system, create 3D object. Oh no, is it rendering? No. Effects, particle system, boop. Okay. There's our particle system. It's gorgeous. Look at that. We need to rotate it downwards. So -180. And then change it to blue. Nice. Make it emission. Need like 100. Shape is a cone. First, let's change the size. Start size is 0.1. 2. The radius needs to be a lot smaller, like a 0 for now. Look at that fire, blue fire coming out of there. Oh, hey neighborhood, what's up? You started learning Blender. That's awesome, dude. So proud of you. Good job. Wish new Blender would be making some pretty cool games. It's way better. Slides just gotta start. After episode, let me start Blender. Yeah, guys, just watch some tutorials on Blender. That's how I learned. Just get on YouTube and watch some tutorials. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, right now I'm making the blue fire that comes out of the jetpack. How does it look, guys? What do you think? Okay, lifetime, be a lot shorter, even shorter than that, 0.1. Let's make a random lifetime. Actually, I need it to come out in from a sphere, not a cone. So let's... I wouldn't say sick, but we'll get there. Hey, so you know how to get the Unity window background transparent to see my desktop through EmuBuild? I couldn't find any help with search. No, I do not know how to do that off the top of my head, but I have looked up how to do that in the past. It is possible. You have to... Are you doing it through Windows? Are you on Windows or Mac? You have to actually call some Windows-specific DLLs to make your final built Unity game or app transparent. But yeah, you can do it. Do it in ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT. Your Windows are cool. Yeah, go to ChatGPT. Type in exactly what you want to do. Say, hey, I want to make my built Unity game have a transparent background. How do I do that with Windows DLLs? Type that in, you'll get your answer. Okay, there's our particles. Let's change the emission shape to not a cone, but a sphere. Oh no, wait, hold on. Go back to cone. Change the angle. Ooh, nice. Oh no, wait, I just need the size of this particle to go big and then small. So let's do a small angle like that. Let's do 10. The radius size will be like 0.01 should be good. Arc. Actually, wait, can I do arc with sphere? I can, okay, yeah, not 360. Yeah, that's what I want, I think. Just need to rotate it. On the X? No. On the Y. Wait, why didn't that work? Yeah, on the Y. There we go. Okay, 90. Okay, there we go. Now I just need a less of an arc. Never mind, that's not working at all. Okay, we're going back to the cone. Why is undo not working? Oh, it is. Okay. Cone. Angle 10 is good. Okay, now I need to make a random lifetime. Random between two constants. 0.1 and 0.2. No, 0.05. 0.4. Well, that's a lifetime, not that. I want random, no, not start speed. Size, start size, random. Whoa, nice. 0.1 to 0.3, no, 0.5. Nice. Almost, sort of, not really. Back to 0.1 lifetime, and now we're getting somewhere. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Okay. I don't like the little guys. I'll make some little guys coming out, but I want it to be a separate particle system. So we just need the size to be 0.3 to 0.4. Okay. Lifetime 0.8. No, we'll do 0.1. That's fine. No, 0.08. 0.02. 3. 4. Okay. Need to bring this out a little bit. No, we don't. We need to adjust the size over life. So start size, oh no, down here. Size over lifetime is going to be like like, needs to be like an up down, so I'm gonna actually make this my own. That's what I want the shape to be. The speed can be, whoa. I'll make the lifetime constant for now, just so I can see what this looks like. Okay, so that's the shape. Overall. Actually, no, maybe we just start big and then go small. But not so small. I want it to be kind of like a, you know what, it's like an upside down fire shape. And I also need it to be, I need to be gorgeous. I need it to look better. You should play us regular music because we are cool, or leave the commercial music for the others. What do you mean by that? I'm gonna go so I can eat, but I'll try to hop back on later. See you, Pixel. See ya, Slides. Yeah, no problem, Slime Light. Let me know how it goes on the Discord. Oh, I see. It's tough with playing music on streams because I don't want to get copyright strikes. Obviously, I don't have to worry about that with Twitch or TikTok, I don't think, but YouTube I do. So I wouldn't mind with the YouTube because, like, monetarily, I wouldn't mind on YouTube because I don't think I have my videos my live streams monetized on YouTube. But what's annoying is if you do have copyright music playing on a YouTube stream, the VOD for it will just completely mute sections that get copyright infringement stuff on it. So like if I could go for like 30 minutes talking, it'll just be completely muted, which is really annoying. So gotta play approved music, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna make this use my particle shader that's emissive. So particle, I'm just gonna duplicate that. Jetpack particles. Change that to the blue that we need it to be. And then just change out this jetpack particle system with the new particle system, jetpack particles. Nice, looks better already with all that emission. Just too big now. Bring it down some. That looks good. Oh. At zero? Zero intensity? No emission? Yeah, okay. I like emission though. Let's add it 1. Beautiful. Definitely need to be smaller. This is looking super sick. It's too, like, it's too chaotic. Whoa, wrong way. Maybe it should just be a little like fuzzy thing. Oh, I could actually do that. I could have separate music playing. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. I could route different music to play for different platforms. Interesting. That is brilliant. How have I never thought of that before? I will look into that for future streams. Huh. So I could listen to the music that I actually want to listen to. Which I can't always listen to music when I'm working. It depends on what work I'm doing. If it's like super high concentration work, I can't listen to music. But if it's at least semi-mindless work or just very repetitive work, I can definitely listen to music. And when I do listen, like when I'm not streaming and I'm working and I am listening to music, I'm listening to film scores. That's what I like listening to. I'm an idea guy. Make it pixelated as an Easter egg, pixel fire. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I need this to like cone into the center. How do I do that? First off, let's make this size. Well, that's better. Arc 0 spread. Is it coming out at an angle though? That's weird. There's my cone shape. Well, first off, we need to be further down. That's part of our problem. Right there. Need to come out a little bit. I see. No, I don't see. I don't see. Why in the world is it at an angle like that? Super weird. I guess I could just do that. That's more of what I want. So it's not even a cone shape I need. I don't even need a shape. Yeah, I don't even need a shape. Okay, perfect. Well, ish. Size over lifetime. Now we're talking, sort of ish. We need to fade out over a lifetime too. Color over lifetime. Yeah, let's make it like a white to blue to black, I think. White to blue. Fade out. I think that might be effective. I think this is overriding it though, that's the problem. Yeah, see, color over lifetime doesn't even really affect it. If I make this green. Oh, it is affecting it a little bit. Whoa. Blast into outer space. I feel like that looks better. Yeah. I need the bottom to not be so thin. Size over lifetime, so bring it up. Yeah, now we're talking. Yep, and now the life a little bit shorter. 0.187. 0.17. Nice. That looks pretty. What do you guys think? I want some like random like jitters, like, let's see. Rate over time maybe 100. Maybe we can do less than that. No. I thought we could do 500. Whoa. No, 100 feels good. Simulation space, world, so that... Oh, that looks sick! Oh, dang, you guys can't even see it on TikTok. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. You guys should have said something. You can't even see it over here. Dang. But look at this when I move it around. That is really freaking awesome. Looks really good. Let's actually test this out flying or jumping around. So we don't quite have flying yet. See what that looks like. And it's a child of the jetpack, so it should stick with it constantly. Ooh, don't like that. Yeah, it's got too much drag. It's not like shooting down. So I think I do need to actually maybe change this just back to local instead of world. Yeah, now it just stays. Yeah, there we go. Now it stays looking down, which is better. Looking down, facing down. But I really liked the interaction of the physics before if we do world. It's just too... There we go, that's better. Simulation speed. There we go, now it's got a little bit of Now, obviously, we need to make the fire stuff turn off when he's not using the jetpack and only turn on when he's jetpacking. But the movement of it, I feel like it's still not facing down enough. Also feels a little big. Change the start size to 0.1, 0.2. Feels a little better. Let's do 0.15, 0.25. Good. Feels, I still need it to be a little bit. Change the start speed to be a little more random between two constants. 1.78, 1.5, and 2. I liked it better before. Okay, 1.78. What is it doing? Here we go. Okay, that looks good. Emitter velocity mode. Guess we're still good on rigid body. I wanted to have some noise, so let's add noise here. Position 0. Let's have we do size amount. And position amount 0.3. Frequency octaves. Yeah. Almost, we're getting there. The noises. I'm gonna leave it like this. Copy. Cool. Okay, we've made excellent progress. I need to send an update of this game to my client by the end of the day. And I told him that I would get the laser and the jetpack finished. So we're like basically there. Still need to figure out the burn marks for the laser, but again, that's an extra thing. That's not necessary. Yeah, make some good progress. I definitely need to go eat lunch right now. It's already 2 o'clock and I haven't eaten lunch yet. So, can you put constraints? What do you mean? Less wiggly? Oh yeah, I need to work on the fire for sure. It's too. It's nice that it looks like fire and that it moves around, but this is like jet engine fire that's coming out. It needs to be like really like static. It only moves a very tiny bit and only at high speeds, I think. So it definitely needs some tweaking. I'll have to play around with it some, but we made a lot of progress today on stream. I'm happy with it. We got some good laser work done, some good jetpack work done. And yeah, thanks for joining the stream, guys. We've got with us at the end of the stream, we've got Neighborhood, it looks like. And who else is here? On TikTok. Oh, yeah, we had Slides, but Slides left. Got Command Slime Light, Rise Phoenix Fire, Jay Sola. Thanks to everyone for joining the stream. Before I end stream, are there any prayer requests? Does anyone on stream have any prayer requests? And I'll close this out in prayer, and then we'll be on our way. Just as we're closing out stream, do we have any viewers on? I don't think we have any viewers on YouTube. No, we don't. Twitch, no. No one is watching on Twitch. Oh my gosh. We only got a few TikTok viewers. It's okay. I know we've got 3 on YouTube. Look at that. Just no one's talking. It's okay. As far as the next stream goes, I'm not sure when I'm going to stream again. I do want to put out a new update on Stream Focus, probably tomorrow. And then maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Rest of the year, okay. Let's do that. Okay. Lord, I lift up Neighborhood's prayer request for a great rest of the year. Lord, I pray your blessing over him as well as myself and everyone else on the stream right now. I pray, Lord, that you would just bless the rest of the time that we have this year. Help us to finish strong. All the work that we have, as well as the non-work stuff, like just how we interact with our families and our friends and our neighbors. Help us to finish the year strong, Lord, to not be lazy, to not give up, to not get complacent, but just to finish strong and to do well and to do everything to the best of our abilities, Lord. I pray your blessing over the rest of this year and over the rest of this day. And it's in your name we pray, Jesus. Amen. Okay, guys, that's it for me for today. Thanks for joining. And I'll see you guys next time. If you're not already, join the Discord, and I'll see you over there. Bye, guys.